Okay. So they're probably not going to get Tyreek Hill. They might bring back Jawan Jennings. They might not. George Kittle might play next season, but I don't know when, and I don't know what he'll be like in his first season back from an Achilles injury. Christian McCaffrey might play 17 games again next season, but wow, he got a lot of touches last year, and he's going to be 30. How good do you think Brock Purdy is going to be next season, given what the Niners have put around him?
Okay.
I didn't even mention the fact that their best offensive lineman is 38. There's that too. Keep going.
Okay. He's a very good quarterback, Iggy. We've gone over. He's probably a top 10 quarterback in the league. Not top 5, but probably top 10. Is he worth the money? No. But he's really good, and they have hitched their future to him. He is not the kind of quarterback, if all else fails, that he can make the team elite and a constant winner. Certain quarterbacks could do that. I think Brett Favre could do that. Even Mahomes can't do it anymore. And Mahomes is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy. I don't think we need to discuss that. So I think what you're going to see from him next season is he will have many games where he plays very well against mediocre opponents.
Cardinals.
Against the best of, the Cardinals. Those are 2 wins. Against difficult opponents like Seattle, he won't look good, and he'll throw picks or he'll lose the ball other ways. So I think next season for him, because I think the offense, Iggy, and I apologize to the viewers, I think the offense next season will be mediocre. I think they're whistling past the graveyard. They don't understand how serious their issues are. I think their offense will be mediocre, and he will not be able to bring it beyond mediocre. He will be part of
I think
that.
they're at the point. I think they're at the point where he's the best player on their offense. I mean,
I agree.
I think he's better than Christian McCaffrey. I think he's better than George Kittle. I think he's probably better than Trent Williams. It's him. And that's not really what you want. He is a good player, but not a great player. And 2 years ago, he had an MVP type season and went to the Super Bowl when he had all kind of great players around him. I'm concerned about him. Last year, he did some really good things. He threw 20 touchdown passes in 9 games. That's great. But he also got hurt, missed 8 games, and threw 13 picks in 11 games, counting the playoffs. It's a lot of picks. So he's going to make big plays. He's going to throw a lot of touchdown passes against bad teams. But I really want to see him find a way to play 17 games this year and not throw a lot of interceptions, no matter who's around him. Those are things that he can conceivably control.
Iggy, if the offense is mediocre, will he be able to rise above it?
I mean, it's a lot to ask. Does he have a good running game? He didn't last year. Does he have a good wide offensive line? Not really. Does he have a good number 1 receiver? No. And then we'll see what George Kittle has to. I think he's in a really tough spot. It's funny. Sam Darnold's on the best team in the league. He's probably going to win a lot of games again next year and go deep in the playoffs. I don't know what Brock Purdy's going to do. It's not his fault. But if he, in the process of struggling, gets hurt and throws a bunch of picks, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when Mac Jones plays. I mean, just because he has this contract doesn't mean that he's necessarily bulletproof. He needs to improve. The interception thing is alarming. Dad, did you know that in his last 20 starts, he's thrown 21 picks?
I didn't know that.
Darnold's thrown 14 in his last 20 starts. 21's a lot.
Yeah. I prefer him to Darnold. I do. I'll tell you though, for the Niners offense, for what they do, I prefer Mac Jones to him because he gets the ball out quicker. And by doing that, he protects the offensive line.
What I like about Darnold and Mac Jones is they're a little bit older than Brock. And while Brock is more gifted than them, I think they've reached a level of maturity that Brock hasn't attained yet. When Brock's playing, I think his ego's a little bit tied up into it, and he wants to show that he's special and that he's better than these guys because he can do that a lot of the times. But I think Mac Jones and Sam Darnold have gotten to the point where they can take their ego out of it and they can manage games, and that's winning football. A lot of times, Brock's the reason they lose. When they lose, it's you look up and it's like, well, you had 2 turnovers, man. Hard to win that way.
Yeah, it's a black mark on a quarterback. Again,
Yeah,
we've always
but he's
said,
only 25. He's very young.
but we've always said that a pick is more bad than a touchdown is good. It kills you.
And it's like, he does it in practice. He does it in games. When I pointed out in training camp, fans say he's learning. But the issue seems to be getting bigger. And he's entering his 5th year in the league. He's going to be 26. I'd like to see him reach a little bit more of a mature stage of his career. We know that he can make plays. He's proven it. Now he has to show that he can manage games again. Because now I question that. Can you manage the game?
Okay, what do you mean by manage the game?
Throw the ball away. Don't turn it over. Hand it off. You don't have to be the reason. You don't have to be the best player on the field. You don't have to be the reason they win. Don't be the reason they lose. Don't be the reason they lose. Darnold threw no picks in the playoffs this year. He managed the game. He was really good against the Rams and didn't have to do much against the Patriots. I'd like to see just fewer mistakes from a more mature Brock Purdy.
Would you like to see him running around less behind the line of scrimmage?
Yeah. Don't hold the ball so long. Don't force it down the field. Stop hunting big plays. They'll come to you. But what I liked about Mac Jones when he played in the same exact offense with the same exact players is he was eager to take the short stuff. And when the opportunities presented themselves, he threw down the field, but he wasn't hunting and holding and waiting. I don't like that. And I think it only leads to injuries and turnovers over a long period of time.
You know, you said let the game come to him. It's an interesting expression. I used to talk to Steve Young when he was playing, and he said that what he had to learn was to let the game come to him. He specifically told me that.
The quarterback position is so interesting. I mean, there's these players who are so good, Drake May, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, who really achieved something at 23, 24, 25, but there's so much poise that's required from the position to actually win the Super Bowl and make it through a 20-game season. And sometimes you need to be 27, 28, 29. You need to have failed and gotten a ton of starts and experience. And Darnold had all of that this past year. Purdy's still getting there.
Yeah. So I understand. He will improve as a quarterback, not through native ability, but through savvy, experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he will. I like him. I think he will.
Because we think of him as a hardworking, smart quarterback, but does he necessarily make the best decisions or the quickest decisions? Not all the time. For a guy who holds the ball a long time and turns it over a lot, he could definitely improve his decision making, and that you should come with experience and just reps.
Okay.
I'm a big Brock Purdy fan.
I agree that he's the best player on their offense.
Best player on their offense.
Yeah.
Second best player might be his backup.
And what about the left tackle? Does he figure into best?
He's still there, but he's 38 and he doesn't play the full season. You wonder. But he's still a great player. Still a very good player. He wasn't particularly good in the playoffs, but he had an injury, which is going to be the case every time they're in the playoffs.
Yeah. So he's gone from being a great player to a very good player.
Yes. And George Kittle will see what he is when he comes back from a torn Achilles. I don't think Christian McCaffrey's a great player anymore. And Ricky Pearsall might not even be a starter. He's a huge question mark.
Yeah.
But they got the best fullback in the game, Dad.
Again, what I want to say about that is I would like to see Kyle get rid of that guy because I want to see him evolve his offense from this 1980s thing that he's running. And that would be the first step.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, McVay did that this year. He unveiled this whole 3 tight end thing that he'd never done before, and it put the league on its heels. Kyle, what's your wrinkle, curveball, knuckleball that McVay had one? You got to have something. And it can't be involved in that 44. User 74569 says, can you wish my boyfriend Joshua happy Valentine's? LOL. Happy Valentine's, Joshua. Corey Coleman says, Fleury seems very analytically driven. He's worked with Darnold in the past and John Benton.
Okay.
Yeah.